Hey travelers, welcome back to Laura's Travel Talk. Today, in our ongoing series of the 50 U.S. states one a week, we're going to Big Sky Country, Montana. That's right. A few things that make Montana great. Well, it's home to two epic national parks, and I mean two of the most epic in the country. The Big Sky views are fantastic. They're world-class fishing, hiking, skiing, horseback riding, wildlife watching. It's all there. It's got a Western, authentic cowboy heritage culture, and there's low crowds and high adventure. Epic road trip, my friends. If you have never been, I suggest making your way to Montana. And what about this Lake McDonald? It's got colored rocks in it. We'll look at that in a minute. So before I get too far, I want to remind you to leave comments for places that you've been or places that you've been here in Montana that you have great experiences with. I love to get extra comments. Plus, I'm doing a little trial with YouTube and I'm trying to get my watch time up. So sit back and enjoy while we review a few great spots that you must see when you're in Montana. We're going to start off with Helena. Helena is the state capital with gold rush roots. So that Capitol building is fantastic. It's got Victorian architecture, and just the capital of Helena itself has scenic hikes and Mount Helena, and you can explore gold rush history, and there's cool ghost towns nearby. So you can take a last chance tour. Really? There's just moose just willy-nilly. I don't know. So when you go downtown into Helena, that's cool. Sculpture on the front of a building. You can take the Last Chance tour train for a fun narrated history ride through the entire town. So get out to Helena. Our next stop on our journey through Montana is Missoula. Missoula is a river town with a free spirit. Why is it great? Well, it's artsy college town on the Clark Fork River, and it's full of music, bookstores, breweries. It's a hub for fly fishing and river tubing, hiking, skiing in the winter. My travel tip would be float the river on a tube in the summer. It looks fantastic. And you can explore downtown. They've got a bunch of quirky shops, live music, breweries like everyone else, and great holiday fun during December and January. So get out there and enjoy Missoula. So our next stop is Bozeman. Bozeman's considered where Big Sky meets hip culture because Bozeman's kind of a cool town. Why is it great? Well, it's a lively town. It's got cool art scene, excellent breweries, easy to access hiking, skiing, Yellowstone Park, and it's home to the Montana State University and the Museum of the Rockies. Travel tip: visit the Bozeman Hot Springs after a long hike or a ski trip. The town is great in both summer and winter, but these hot springs, another level, and they're all over the place. Get out to Bozeman. Okay, our next stop is none other than Yellowstone National Park. Holy cow, if you have not been to Yellowstone National Park, I don't know what to tell you. It is like no other. It's fantastic. And I did a video on Yellowstone National Park on this channel. So if you need more information or want more information, take a look at that video because there is so much to see and do in Yellowstone, you won't believe it. I mean, you've got these geysers and they give you schedules of when to see them or when they are expected to go off. Got to get down and see this. Oh my gosh, look at these springs. I mean, come on, it's not natural. But, the nice thing about being in Montana, you're north of Yellowstone. Most of Yellowstone lays in Wyoming, but the northern entrance is up in Gardner, Montana. And you can still get down to the hot springs and the geysers and where the buffalo roam. Bison, actually. And this is what you see when you're driving through Yellowstone. Yeah, you just see things like that. Just go ahead, we'll wait. And then if you stay in Gardner, you can avoid some of the crowds. But if you go early mornings, that's best for spotting wildlife. And I can't urge you enough. Look at this one. This is one of my favorites because the water is so clear you can see how the hole is inside. Oh, I can't. So let's take a look at National Park number 2, which is just as breathtaking and fabulous. It's Glacier National Park. It's the crown of the continent. Why is it great? Really? I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's got alpine meadows, glacial carved peaks, turquoise lakes, and wildlife like grizzlies and mountain goats. Oh my God, that water. There's a glacier. Oh, and while we're at it, there's a moose on the beach and a grizzly over to his left. Why not? Why wouldn't there be? I'm telling you, this place is gorgeous. And then there's this Lake McDonald, which I did not know about. Lake McDonald has these colored rocks in the lake, and I didn't know anything about it, but I do have a friend who is all things national parks in this country, Ms. Flanagan, and you know who you are. I need to ask her about this Lake McDonald because this is something else. I want to just go in there and get a handful of colored rocks. That's fabulous. But one of my tips would also be there's a road called Going to the Sun Road, and you get up there and you get these epic views that are just fantastic. But check ahead of time because there are seasonal closures because of the snow. And if you want to stay inside the park, months in advance, book that. Months in advance. Just my warning. So while we're at it here, I thought I'd mention a couple of, local foods to try while you're in Montana. First up, those burgers. They're bison and elk burgers. They're lean, they're flavorful, and they are a Montana staple. They're pretty lean and rich. Second one is the Rocky Mountain oysters there on the bottom right. Those are bull's testicles. I can't even get there. Number 3, Montana style steaks. Look at that baby in the middle there. Grilled on open flames, served with potatoes. My gosh, that looks fantastic. Number 4, trout dish up there in the top left. You get it right directly out of the local rivers. They can smoke it, they can grill it, they can put it in chowder. Fantastic. And then, of course, you got to have all things huckleberry. Huckleberry pie, huckleberry jam, huckleberry pancakes, huckleberry ice cream. Who doesn't like that? I'm your huckleberry. So I have some travel tips for you as well while you're visiting Montana. Visit between June and September. That's the peak season for the national parks. The roads are cleared. The weather's great. July and August are best for the glaciers. They're melting down. Pack for all seasons because Montana weather changes fast. Bring layers of rain gear, sturdy shoes. And I have been to all those places that I just went through, and I'm telling you, it is beautiful, but they're right about the weather. And then rent a car or an RV because public transport is limited and you are in wide open landscape. So, you need a way to get around and you got to drive through those parks. So rent yourself a vehicle. Book early for summer, especially near Glacier or Yellowstone, because all those places fill up fast, but there's lots of places in West Yellowstone, Gardner, Bozeman. You'll find them. And respect the wildlife and the nature. Keep your distance from the bears, the bisons, the moose. You saw that picture. They're just going to walk out in the middle of the road. You're on their time. Stay in your car. And then lastly, I'd say download maps in advance because the cell service can be super spotty when you're inside the parks because it is a national park and it's gorgeous and they don't want to ruin it with a bunch of damn cell towers. I said it. Whoops. So thanks for watching again, and I hope you can subscribe and like, and don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, leave me some comments. I love to get the comments. And until next week, Maybe you want to give a go at trying some of those Rocky Mountain oysters.